We are so excited to put this video together for you today. You've been asking for it for a long time. Over the last few years, we've figured out how to make the most of credit card points. Last year, we even flew to Paris in business class on Air France, and we can do it only because of credit card points. It took time, a simple system we figured out, and being super intentional.
We know how many of you love following our Disney travel. The same point strategy we use for trips like our trip to Europe also helps us with Disney travel. Flights to cruise ports, pre or post cruise hotels, and trips to Disney parks in the US and internationally.
Those are actually just a few of the things that our credit card points or our credit cards do for us. There are so many benefits to all these credit cards that we want to talk about, and so we can't wait to share those with you. If you haven't met us before, I'm Carrie.
I'm Chris. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about credit card points and how we use that for travel, this video is for you. So we're super glad you're here.
Yeah, and if you love to travel too, or love to watch people travel, be sure to subscribe. We have lots of great content that we think you'll enjoy. We love to get the most for our money, and we found that credit cards are the best way for us to do that. So we are not credit card experts or financial experts or anything.
Credit card point experts.
No, yeah, but we have found resources to figure out these things, and we want to point you towards some of them and tell you about our experience. Over the last 8 years, we have, I don't really want to say experimented, but we have tried out several different kinds of credit cards. And it's kind of funny because before that we were doing Dave Ramsey and we are on a completely cash system. But with that, we paid off all our debt, and then we really wanted to learn how to use credit cards in a way that could be beneficial to us. So we've tried out all these different cards. We have a bunch, but we use them in really purposeful ways. And so that's a lot of what we want to tell you about.
So we want to first start with our big picture strategy. I'm going to give you some highlights. We'll dive into details about each of these cards a little bit later. Really, the core system that we use to earn the most points for us that work really well is we use two cards from Chase. And the first one is the Chase Freedom Unlimited Visa. And that one has zero annual fee. It earns 1.5 points for every dollar you spend. It's fantastic for everyday spend things like using it to pay bills, using it to pay for groceries, for just everyday expenses. It's a fantastic card for that. And then the second card from Chase that we use is the Sapphire Reserve Visa card, which has a much higher annual fee. We use that primarily for when we eat out, to pay for our travel expenses because it has bonus point structures for that. The reason we use those two Chase cards is because Chase has a travel portal called Ultimate Rewards. So when you have those two cards, you can pool those points together into one pool that you can then transfer to different partners like airlines or hotels. You can book hotels straight through Chase's travel portal. And we have found that that's been so helpful for us. So that's why we go with Chase and those two cards.
I know there's all kinds of other credit cards where you can earn like Disney points or cash or whatever it is. We have found that with Chase, with their reward system, we get more for the amount we spend, and it's a lot more flexible with travel. So we're able to do more with it and have more options than those other cards. Although we do have those also, we use them in specific ways, but for most of our spending, we use this Chase system we're talking to you about. Before we get into more of the details of how we use the card and what the benefits are, we want to tell you a little bit about how we've used it and just show you examples from our travels of the amazing things we've been able to do with these cards.
I mean, this is the fun part.
Yeah. If you've been following our channel, you've seen us stay in tons of hotels. A lot of those were paid for by our Chase rewards that we are able to earn. The first time I remember was after we got our bonus for initially signing up for the Chase
Sapphire Reserve.
Yes.
I think it was that.
And we had tons of points, and we were going to Orlando, and we were going to go to Universal Studios.
Yep.
And we ended up having enough points to stay at the Hard Rock Hotel, which was amazing.
Which came with
whatever they call it,
Express Pass.
Front of the line pass. Staying at the hotel, you get that front of the line pass. And
actually, it was the Express Unlimited, which is insane.
It was so amazing. There's no way we could have afforded that hotel if we paid cash.
Yep.
But we were able to use those points to do that.
I think those hotels are still available through the Chase travel portal.
Yeah.
Which is how we booked it.
We've used it for all kinds of other hotels. I remember before some of the cruises we went on, like in San Diego, we stayed at this hotel.
Spring Hill Suites, right on like the water almost.
I still remember like staying in that hotel before our very first cruise.
Yeah.
We had so much fun, and it was just great that, we paid for the cruise using the card, but we also were able to get the hotel for free.
Yeah. And so we've never paid for a cruise. We've never paid for Disney tickets using our credit card points, but a lot of the other things we've used our points for, which helps us budget for the cruise And then a lot of the other expenses, like whether it be flights sometimes or hotels especially, we've covered with the points that we have, that we've earned.
And also because we have paid for the cruise with a credit card, we have earned the points as we're paying for the cruise.
Yep.
I think, of course, the very best example was our business class flight to Paris and back.
On Air France.
On Air France. Sometimes if you follow the point guy on Instagram.
Points guy.
Yeah. You'll find out about special deals that different airlines have. And we found out that Air France had this, I think it was like 50,000 points for business class tickets.
From SFO, which is our closest main international airport, to Paris.
Yeah.
Like direct.
Yes. And we had been already hoarding our points because we knew, so we weren't using it on hotels or anything. In the past, we'd used it on a lot of hotels, but we were hoarding them. And all of a sudden, this became available. And so we booked those right away. And we got business class tickets to Paris and back.
We were actually pretty intentional about saving those points. Carrie just mentioned we didn't use it for hotels for a little while. It was probably at least a year and a half that we decided to do that because it was such a big deal for us to use our points to earn enough to be able to get those business class tickets.
I really wanted to do business class. It was our 20-year anniversary. It was super special. But since we got the extra good deal of 50,000 points, we had tons left over.
Yeah.
We paid for, we were there for 2.5 weeks in Europe. We paid for almost all of our hotels
I think
in
we
Europe.
paid for like 5 hotels with points, and there was 2 more we stayed at just by cash.
Yeah. So that's my main point is we paid for almost all our hotels in Europe with points. It helped us, do my favorite kind of math, which is girl math. And that is spend more money on experiences and food while we were there because our hotels were mostly covered and our airlines.
And one of those things we did that we didn't use our points for, but that we were able to get was our tickets for Disneyland Paris. We did the Premier Access passes, where we pretty much had the front of the line, fast pass, lightning lane type experience that they have in Disneyland Paris.
And if you didn't know, that's what we like to call girl math. We can do more stuff because we're saving money over here.
Carrie calls it that. I just agree. I nod and agree.
It's girl math.
So Carrie mentioned something a little bit ago about opening up, I think it was a Sapphire Reserve card to earn those initial bonus points when we stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel at Universal in Orlando. When we have opened up new cards to earn those bonus points, we've done that strategically. We don't do it impulsively. We really do take our time to think through what is maybe a large expense that we have coming so that we're not spending money we wouldn't already be spending to earn those bonus points that you get when you open a card. So keep that kind of stuff in mind. You need to be responsible with how you do this. It's it's essential to be able to allow the points to work for you instead of you to go into debt and then you're stuck.
That's one of the reasons they offer these things. I don't think
You gotta be smarter than the credit card companies.
Yeah, which is hard to do, but if you can be really careful, you won't be paying them interest. They will be paying you bonuses.
Yeah. Also, to hit on a detail, when we earned all the points we were able to earn, when we took our time to save all those points, what you can do with a credit card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so many of them have what's called a transfer partner. We were able to transfer those points to Air France or their frequent flyer program, which is called Flying Blue. And we were able to transfer those points to that account that we had set up with Air France. And that's how we were able to book it. We didn't book it through the Chase Travel Portal. We booked it directly with the airline, and it was just seamless. It was so easy.
I was going to say, it was really easy to do. They just transfer right over, and then you have the points as if you earned them from frequent flyer miles.
And if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to have to juggle a lot of credit cards. You don't have to. If you find a system that works for you, then stick with it. That's the most important part. Is keep it simple. Don't have too many cards. Find what works for you, what, the transfer partners you want to use, or the travel portal that gives you the most flexibility. That's one of the reasons why we love Chase, because Chase Ultimate Rewards points are really valuable, and there's a lot of ways you can use them. So we want to just mention that because it can feel a little overwhelming if you've never done this before, but that's probably our best advice, is to not overdo it. Not worry about getting too many cards. Find a few that work for you and stick with them.
And maybe just that's at first. That's how we were at first. Then we started building more as we understood the system.
Yeah. So now we want to give you a little bit of a reality check because these credit cards sound amazing. The points are great, but then every year you have what feels like a surprise in your bill, and it's called the annual fee.
Yes.
So I didn't say earlier what the annual fee for the Chase Sapphire Reserve is. If you're familiar with it, then you probably already know. When we first got the card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve Visa, it was, I think, about $550. And then another additional $75 to add Carrie as an authorized user, which gave her like lounge access, and it gave her enough extra benefits where we felt like it was worth it at the time.
And I just want to butt in real quick because I feel like some people are about to leave. Don't leave. I want to tell you that when he first told me the amount of that annual fee, I was like, no way. There's no way we're spending that much for an annual fee of a credit card. But we were getting ready to go on our first cruise. We were also researching how much travel insurance cost. And I found out that this credit card has travel insurance built in. So that is one of the many benefits. Chris is going to tell you more about some of the other benefits in a minute. But the travel insurance that's built in through this annual fee, I mean, I'm saying through the annual fee, but when you're paying for the annual fee,
it's like a cruise. The food you get, it's not free, it's included.
You're paying for the annual fee. This credit card gives you a lot of things more than just the points. And so one of them is travel insurance on anything that you spend with this card. Travel insurance is really expensive.
It can be, yeah.
We were looking at how much it would cost for the cruise, and basically,
like if we purchased the travel insurance from Disney.
Yeah, like if we didn't have this credit card and we just bought the travel insurance, and it almost covered the annual fee because it was so expensive. So if you're thinking, okay, that does sound interesting to me, you still want to look at their travel insurance and see if it has everything you want. It had everything we wanted. And that's one of the main reasons I was like, okay, I think we should go with it. And then I heard about more of the benefits and I was like, okay, yes.
So I do want to say one thing though, is that Chase did increase their annual fee last year. And they included some new additional benefits. They removed some. They updated the card, and it went from $550 to $795.
Yeah, and we were pretty sure we were not going to continue with them at that point. But Chris went into his research mode. He compared all the cards around and basically decided, I think we should stick with it for another year because it seems like it has the most benefits. And even though that's so much money, it's like you get most of it back in value.
You do. And at least we think we will. And that's the key. We use the benefits to the level that we will get the value back.
That's true.
If you're not aware of the benefits, you may not. So that's something to be mindful of. And like I mentioned earlier, we're going to take this next year to assess, is this card still valuable for us? And if we don't plan on keeping it, we'll probably downgrade to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and then see what other options may be best for us from there.
If you didn't already know this is not any kind of promotion. We are just sharing what we do and how we do it, mostly because you guys keep asking us.
Yeah. And like Carrie said earlier, this is a lot of people have asked us for this. So we're hopeful this will help you guys too.
A lot of you watch our channel because you love Disney content. And I just want to make sure you know that these Chase rewards through Chase Freedom and Sapphire, we do use them for our Disney trips. We do have the Disney card, like we said earlier, but the Disney card doesn't work with the same point system. It only works for Disney stuff. We still use our Chase Sapphire and Freedom points because we get our flights, we get our hotels, we get like basically everything that helps us get to the parks or to the cruise. We use those cards and including the insurance that we're going to get on the cruise. All of that's covered over using these cards. We do use the Disney card for really specific reasons that have to do with Disney, because if we're using it for Disney stuff, we get extra Disney rewards, and we're going to use those later to pay for like a meal at Disney park, maybe some of our state redeem credit. And actually the Disney card just changed where you can say you have $30 of Disney points. You could just apply that to your bill and take $30 off, say Fast Pass or whatever it is. Do they still call it Fast Pass?
No. Lightning Lane.
Lightning Lane. I do that.
So like 3 years ago.
That sounded wrong. But basically you can apply it to something specific you did with Disney.
After we recorded this video, we found out that Disney released a brand new Disney Inspire Visa card with a $150 annual fee, but also comes with a ton of really amazing benefits. Check out the link in our description to see if this card may be right for you.
For us, it's still worthwhile to have that Disney card. You definitely don't need it if you're using these other cards too. You could just use those instead, I'd say.
We've dabbled in American Express. We just didn't love their travel point portal system as much.
Yeah, and this year when the Chase annual fee went up, we decided to cancel our American Express, so we weren't paying both annual fees anymore.
Yeah, it's okay to try cards outside the ecosystem. For the American Express Gold card that we got a couple years ago, I think we got that mostly to get the bonus points.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of these have bonus points attached, so sometimes we will choose one and we'll have it for a while. We'll get those bonus points, use them, and then decide, I don't know if it's for us.
Yeah, the annual fee may not be worth the value for us. And another one we did recently was the Capital One Venture X card. We just got that card, and we'll be earning 100,000 points with that one when we get our bonus spend in. Again, using things that we're already going to be paying for. That also has a $300 travel credit, but you have to use it in their travel points like portal. There's other benefits to it. They give you access to more lounges, which is always fun. So we're going to try that for the next year, see how it goes. But it's okay once in a while, once you have your system worked out, to add a credit card here and there if it makes sense to get the bonus points. But then you got to choose if it's worth it to keep it.
Yeah. One other card we have is the Atmos card.
Yeah, the Alaska Airlines card.
And the reason is we almost always fly Alaska Airlines. Sometimes we pay for our Alaska Airlines flights with that card because we know we're going to have baggage. And with that card, we get free baggage.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons we have that card.
A few resources that we want to recommend you to. Carrie mentioned one earlier. The Points Guy is a fantastic resource for credit card points. Find them on their Instagram. We'll link it below, and we'll also link their website below. Another great resource when it comes to travel credit card points and how to use them for your maximum benefit is Points Talk Squad. They're on Instagram. They're also, they have a website. It's basically 3 moms that have a podcast. They talk about a lot of different travel things. They've actually started venturing into Disney cruises. So it's kind of fun hearing about their experience there.
If you are interested in possibly getting any of these cards, well, first do a little more research, find out more about them. But after that, if you decide you want to get one, and you're able to pay it off at the end of the month, well, we'd love it if you use our link. We have several links at the bottom of this video from some of the cards we have. You will get a bonus, we will get a bonus, and
everyone gets a bonus.
Everyone gets a bonus. We appreciate that because, as you know, we love to travel, and those bonuses help us stay in more hotels, go more places, and share that content with you. So do not just sign up so that you can help us. I'm sure you wouldn't do that anyway. But if you're already going to get one, we would love it. And we would really appreciate it if you used our link. We also just wanted to mention we do have a YouTube membership. And if you would love to join our community and have some of those extra benefits, including like we have a Zoom call coming up that we're really excited about, go ahead and sign up to be a member. It's just $5 a month. And we just get to hopefully get to know you a little bit better.
If you do have any questions, please drop them in the comments. We are happy to share with you what's worked well for us.
Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that for those of you who had been requesting this for a long time, we answered the questions you wanted to hear. If not, be sure to put them in the comments. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you again next time.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.